In this next video, I'm going to tell you the positives and negatives of why I invest my time in Periscope as a video app. I wanted to take the apps on my phone that I use. I haven't really needed to use a laptop computer in probably a year. I haven't really needed to in about a year and a half. I used it a couple times. Pretty much do everything off my, I'm chewing on ice here. I pretty much do everything off my phone now. I've been around tech for like 23 years, so I just figuring out how to minimalize everything. So I have about 12, 15 apps on my phone, and I use those mostly daily. And I want to explain to you, I'll probably do one. I won't be able to remember all of them that I just viewed on my phone, so I'm not going to probably do them all in one video, but I think what I'll do is I'll do a separate video that I'll talk about each one of those. And this particular video is going to be about Periscope, and you will be able to find these videos housed on Twitter in the feed if you want to go to twitter.com/Ron or RONORR. But this particular video is going to be about Periscope, and I want to explain the good and the bad and why I invest my time into Periscope. I first started using Periscope about 2.5 years ago when it first came out. A lot of hype about it. It was really big. I remember that Twitter bought Periscope for $100 million, and it was like a really big news, and it was a big new startup. And they've been trying to fix this video app when I say fix, they've been trying to evolve it, make it better as the years go on. At the time, I really thought it was kind of the main one out there. I didn't really think there's anything like it. And, Facebook quickly came out and came up with Facebook Live to compete with it. And they called it Facebook Mentions and then Facebook Live. And they rolled that out to people. And now Facebook allows you to invite other people, which is pretty cool as well. Bring other people in. I don't know the biggest thing I've noticed probably over all the years with Periscope, other than I don't know that it 100% really took off as far as like a mobile network. It is connected with Twitter a lot more, as seen that way than when it first came out. They seemed very separate. Now they seem more connected. I'll tell you about some different stuff I've noticed over that time. Maybe it crashed or couldn't get a good connection in the earlier year, the first 6 months, the first year. It definitely works better than it used to, I think. I think people used to comment a lot more on it when it first started. I think they comment a little bit less now. There was a lot of hype where people would get like 1,000 viewers coming in and out at all times. I think that's died out. There's been some attrition that's died off some now. I see some people that are even semi-famous that are like getting 400, 500 viewers on one, whereas I think they would have gotten 5 or 10,000 before. So that's died off a little bit. I don't know if the total users has been bad or has gone down. I think it's just more diversified now, really. And some of the bigger guys out there, like Grant Cardone and Ty Lopez and stuff, they're across a lot of other social networks. A lot of them seem to move to like Instagram and stuff. But I find that the app works really well. It doesn't like really crash on me very much. As long as I have a good internet connection, it works great. I was having a problem a couple months ago with just people trolling and spamming and stuff, comments. That seems to have gone away the last 50 or 60 of these, which is great. It's still, the commenting probably could be a little bit easier. I remember when you were first getting on Periscope, if you had over 1,000 people on there live, you couldn't comment on there. You'd be locked out if you came in afterwards. You see that on a lot of celebrity ones. That hasn't been something I've noticed has been a limitation anytime lately. I've gotten easily onto like pretty famous people's feeds and been able to comment on there. So that part's changed a bit. It makes sense though. I mean, when you have 1,000 people on there, it's pretty tough to read. I mean, the comments were coming in so fast you couldn't even read them. It seemed kind of stupid. That problem, I think, the comments have slowed down now, in my opinion, because of more attrition and people have left and stuff. When Periscope first started, it was very evident that their big thing was kind of like Snapchat, where it just disappeared every 24 hours. At first, I didn't really like that so much. it's really gotten more, I don't want to use the word complex, but it has a lot of different levels now. Like, it's like, from what I'm hearing, Periscope still keeps the videos. For sure keeps them on Twitter, but it keeps the videos. But when I like give the link out, I think it still expires after 24 hours. It doesn't, when you open up your app, it doesn't show it anymore, which is good. They have to keep getting rid of those so people keep creating more videos. I don't notice the notifications as much. I must have shut them off or something like that. Because remember, the notifications used to be pretty annoying in the beginning before you learned to shut those off. Because people were just constantly going live. There's a loud whistle. So the 24-hour thing, I think they still are housed somewhere. There used to be a site called catch.me, KATCH.me, and that stored all of the periscopes that you wanted to the cloud. And that was really cool. And it was just like, oh, well, I can just go do a bunch of periscopes because I know they'll be saved on the catch.me. That site eventually went away. I haven't actually checked in the last few months what ended up happening. I know they were going to go develop something else. So that was kind of a bummer when that happened, but now it sounds like, I mean, I did some Google searches here just a day or two ago, and I was finding scopes from weeks ago or more. So they are apparently, you can search them. Apparently they are still out there. They're just not easily accessible when you first open your app, which I'm totally fine with. I just wanted to know that there's an archive and there's searching capabilities to it. That's all I really wanted to know. So that part's really cool. The way I look at it now, though, is that the archives are all on Twitter and they're stored really well, and it's really cool how it works in the feed where you just go through the Twitter feed and you're like, oh, look at all these videos. They're all in one place and very accessible. It's getting me a lot of Twitter followers. It's not just Twitter followers. It's not just hashtag automated followers. These are people that are following based on the video, based on long videos. So it's a lot more encouraging to want to use Periscope for the long videos, but to also put in good headlines with keywords, use it for search engine optimization, get the traffic from Twitter. It's really cool to do it just to get the good rankings for all these different keywords in Twitter. The hashtags work really well for getting the followers as well. So I remember in the beginning I was more concerned about getting followers on Periscope. Now I don't even really notice the followers on Periscope so much. Now I'm playing it more as a game as Twitter followers. And what's interesting too is because the Periscope videos disappear a lot or within 24 hours, what I do is I actually go to Twitter, my Twitter feed, find the video, usually right after I do it, especially if it's a longer one. Not every one, but if it's a longer one, I'll go and I'll drop down the little thing at the top right, and I'll find the actual link and share it. And I'll find the actual URL link to this video on the Twitter feed, and then I'll take that link and I'll share it in my Facebook group over at ronor.co, or I'll share it maybe on LinkedIn. I did that earlier, a couple hours ago, and only at certain videos. If I feel like it's a longer one, it's a good one. And I'll teach how that's done. I mean, that's how I do it basically. I just share it on Twitter. I'll share the Twitter link over to like LinkedIn and Facebook and so forth, because I want people to see the video, but at the same time I want them to see kind of the root of where the video is coming from, and so that they can follow on Twitter as well. Because my goal isn't just in the moment to have them watch the video. The goal is to have them in the funnel. The goal is to have them follow me so that they can see a lot of my other videos in the future, right? Because there's a compounding effect by creating that retention there. So that's the part that I'm most excited about on the video here with Periscope, the long videos. So think about it this way. You're creating a long video, doing a lot of education and training, right? Building up relationships. Then you're distributing it out with the keywords, the hashtags, and the headlines with the keywords in it. You're putting it on Twitter. It's stored like in the cloud. You can think of it that way on the social network. It kind of automatically gets subscribers, and it gets all the traffic. And it gets you relevant traffic. The relevant traffic leads to retention, and the right long videos leads to retention as well. And that's why these videos keep, like the one that I did just a couple hours ago, had 54 people on it already. So that keeps building as well. I feel that it's working better than some of the other social networks like Facebook, where you have to pay for the traffic. This is actually letting you just pull right from the new traffic of the people that are jumping on. So this is why I like Periscope. it has a different positioning and angle than some of the other social networks, in my opinion. And I highly recommend it. I actually recommend that you use all of them, but that's the specific thing that I feel like Periscope does. Works very well with Twitter, where I feel like the other social networks aren't doing that. So that's my Periscope one. I'll do some on some of the other apps and social networks and tell you what the advantages, why I invest my time and energy into them, and what the advantages and maybe disadvantages are of some of the other ones. Okay, thanks.